Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Fatihah binti Muhammad Rosli, matric number 255841, and our group member Nurul Hanis, Nur Atikah, Hanifatun Nisha, and Sa'a Abdillahi. Today, our group will present about the current issue on Zakat administration in Malaysia. Before we going through our main focus today, let me briefly what is about Zakat first. Zakat is in term of language is a clean, holy, blessed, while in term of Islamic law is mean issuing a certain part of the property at a certain rate to a certain group when the conditions are sufficient. In Surah At-Tawbah, verse 71 has mentioned that person who pays zakat is promised by Allah with His mercy and pleasure, while people who are obligated to pay zakat but refuse to implement it, they get reproached by Allah and their sins are equated with the act of shirk. Here, according to Imam Al-Ghazali, zakat has three main importance, which is first is mentioned in Surah At-Tawbah versions 111, which is as a proof of believer faith in the verses of Allah, who will buy the soul and property of believer with heavens. Second, mentioned in Surah Al-Hajj verses 9, which is can eliminate sinners that can damage the soul and hinder one's success and happiness. And lastly, as a sign of human gratitude for all the blessing and gift that He has bestowed on, which is mentioned in Surah Ibrahim verses 7. And in Malaysia, the legislation and administration of zakat is subject to authority of the State Islamic Religious Council, or known as a MAIN, which is Majlis Agama Islam Negeri. Under MAINS, there is the State Islamic Affairs Department, which is there is a special unit known as a Baitul Mal or Zakat Department. The corporatization and privatization activity introduced Malaysia to the professional zakat collection system in 1990s. The introduction of this professional collection system has caused the structure of zakat management in several states in Malaysia to change. Zakat management in several states, which is governed by different entities because of this introduction of professional collections. Furthermore, zakat institutions in Malaysia practice the zakat administration structure that will vary according to their respective states. Therefore, there are 14 zakat institutions in Malaysia to represent 13 states, while the 3 federal territories are represented by the zakat institution, namely the Federal Territory Islamic Religious Council, or known as the MAWIC. I think that's all for my part. I will pass to my group members.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abdullah Chama. I'm a member number 249840. Today I want to talk about the Zakat administration in Malaysia. The first, the Zakat is the one of the 5 fundamental of the Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to be inscription to believe to payment of Zakat unobligating from the worship. That's the ibadah. The second in the categories of the under the characteristics of zakat, the wealthy. Zakat is the two type. First, the zakat, there are the individual of zakat. That's the zakat to mal and zakat to fitri. The other word is the zakat, the system of managing officially that definitely has the positive impact of the society economy. Zakat has the number of the objective and purification of the wealthy. The payment of zakat is the dividing the ordinary method that's the cleanest to head and soul of the grown obsession of, of material wealth. Transformation of Zakat in Malaysia administration Zakat step that under the state tradition and under is not within the duty of the state. The government machinery of means conceptually understand. This is the responsibility of him to help by mainly accepting the Qadar on behalf of majesty with the specially institution of Zakat, the namely Jabatan Zakat Qadar, or the department of Zakat Qadar. That is the independence of man. The administration of Zakat in Malaysia before 1990. The mention the main acting on behalf of HRH. Therefore, the all matters relating to Islam affairs, including that's the Zakat, the most referred to this the project. The main is the assistant by Jabatan again the Islam Nagara, the State Department of Islamic Affairs. Is the performance it is the daily activity. Before 1990, the amount of Zakat, the collection was concentrated the low of number of factor. That's the management of Zakat corporation dealing with the. For example, the Jabatan Zakat Nagari Kada. Has been established under the Kada Zakat Enactment 1955. The last, the administration of Zakat in Malaysia after 1990. The establishment of designing a body with the item of reference to collecting all forms of Zakat. The systemically and professional has been introducing the new dissemination and administration of Zakat during preparation area. Has been done in institution a body that the acting such ordinary undermine to performance above the mentioned duty to collection of Zakat. The policy of the administration of Zakat that are following. To provide specific, the officer, the counter of collection of Zakat separating from main to state art in computer technology in all Zakat related dealing with to set up corporation work system.
Assalamualaikum and a very good day to Doctor. My name is Nurul Hanis binti Ahmad, metric number 252639. So today I'm going to continue our group presentation on the issue of inefficiency in zakat administrations. Basically, there are many research and studies that address the issue of inefficiency in zakat administrations, specifically in the aspect of distributions. A research by Yati, Maria and Nick in 2019 showed there is a significant problem in zakat distribution as shown by the perception of zakat payers. In this study, they find out that people are not confident in zakat institutions in Malaysia in distributing zakats. Consequently, many zakat payers prefer to pay zakat through informal channels or directly to the recipients of zakats. Another study by Baba in 2013 find out that 45% of business zakat payers pay zakat directly to asnaf. Only 26% pay to zakat institutions. This displays that the majority of business owners feel less confidence and dissatisfied with the role of zakat institution in distributing zakat to asnaf. Secondly, the absence of standardized legislation in zakat administration also contribute greatly to the issue. In Malaysia, zakat institutions are legislated differently according to the state authority. This causes that each state has different law and different calculation of zakat. For example, some zakat institutions do not collect zakat in WSP while others do. All of this created confusions and inconsistency in financial management and reporting, and hence performance are hard to compare. So at the end, zakat institutions become inefficient. And the third, the existing bureaucracy in zakat administrations also contribute to the issue. A study on Malaysian students studying abroad in University Al-Azhar find out that there are bureaucracy issues which consequently delay the application for zakats. For example, students are required to fill the zakat application for every year to obtain zakat despite their application has already been accepted during the first year. This complicated procedure and awful experience with the zakat authority might not only causes for the lack of confidence but also discourage people from applying for zakats. And lastly, various rumors and perceptions also causes people to have trust issue in zakat authority. This issue is common in non-profit and religious organizations due to lack of standardized regulations and less stringent supervisions. Recently, an issue of abuse of zakat funds by representative appointed by State Islamic Council Main was reported. So this kind of issue is very bad and has causes the zakat payers' confidence in zakat institutions to decline. Therefore, there is a need for solutions, supervisions and transformation in zakat administrations to ensure a smooth and efficient in zakat operations. That's all from me. Thank you.
First issue, insufficient fund in zakat. Based on Selangor Zakat Board, they stated that they might face issue due to the pandemic of COVID-19. They presume that there will be insufficient funding issue and fail to support those need and asnaf as the amount of zakat collection is decreased due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It reported that around 80,000 families will need zakat support this year, and then compared to the last year, there were over 60,000 families who need support, so it shows increasing movement due to the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. The issue that occur in zakat is amount of zakat collection is decreased. It predicted to receive 800 million this year, which is lower than 2019, where they received 900 million in 2019. More than 70% of zakat collection is based on corporate and personal income tax. As a result, the zakat amount will slowly decrease because most of the business are affected due to the COVID-19 situation. Due to the current situation, support need from zakat increased, but zakat faced a hard time due to the insufficient funding to support the needy and the asnaf. According to the news, unemployment rate will increase and it will give impact to the zakat management as number of needy person will increase and they do not have enough fund to cater all the needs. COVID-19 pandemic left major effect on business, economy, and the rate of unemployment rate will increase and exceed the estimate figure by BNM. Due to the lower performance, they are able to contribute to the zakat but classified as a new asnaf. Even though zakat management has experienced many improvements, but there are still issues that occur suddenly, such as effect of COVID-19 and others. So, zakat management need to take a proper action to overcome this issue.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khalifatunisha binti Abdul Majid. My matric number is 255473. So I will continue the presentation with the recommendation for issues that arise in zakat administration in Malaysia. Firstly, the recommendation is establishing monitoring groups and surveillance system in each state. The aim is to ensure the activities related to the management and administration of zakat are carried out comprehensively and in accordance with the legislation that has been set. Through this establishing monitoring group and surveillance system, it can help to improve the efficiency of zakat administration in each state. It can solve the issues that arise in zakat administration, such as issues on organization, employee distribution system, and authority transparency legislation in zakat administration. By establishing this monitoring group, the organization and employers will be more committed and responsible for the tasks assigned. Next, the zakat distribution system will also be more systematic and able to avoid leakage of funds. This is because zakat can be collected and distributed well in each state without any abuse of power by the party that appointed to collect zakat. Besides that, it can also abolish the zakat recipient's burden on the difficult zakat application process and take a long time. It is because the monitoring group will monitor any application made by applicant and will mark the application for use on the next application. So the student will no longer need to fill out new application as zakat management will use the previous data and application information for the next application. Lastly, it can overcome the issues of standardization of legislation in zakat administration. As we know, in Malaysia, zakat is managed by the State Islamic Religious Council, which has been appointed by the government, and of course, zakat legislation in every state are different. For example, zakat fitrah for each state is different. Therefore, monitoring group and surveillance system that has established in every state can monitor the legislation of zakat in every state. Next recommendation is implementation of zakat deduction to payers. This is because many people lost their job and income is affected during COVID-19 pandemic. So this implementation can enable the obligation of zakat payers more organized without burden the payer. The implementation of zakat deduction to payers was introduced to make it easier for Muslims to pay zakat. It can help zakat payers pay zakat gradually, avoid forgetting and neglecting to pay zakat, and perfect the pillars of Islam. It is as performed by Kedah State Zakat Board, who has launched a deduction of income zakat through a salary deduction. Besides that, the Federal Territory Islamic Religious Council has also implemented a monthly zakat deduction scheme to encourage the people to pay zakat. And lastly, Selangor Zakat Board also has launched salary deduction scheme through the FBX e-employers facility.
And for the conclusion, the Zakat institution is a non-profit organization. In fact, it is a public institution established to create a more systematic zakat management system in carrying out the activity to collect and distribute zakat money. There are 14 zakat institutions established in Malaysia to represent 13 states and 3 federal territories. All the zakat distribution methods in Malaysia are subject to the state government legislation managed by the State Islamic Religious Council, or known as MIN, Majlis Agama Islam Negeri. In 1990s, corporatization and privatization activity introduced Malaysia to the professional zakat collection system that has changed the structure of zakat management in several states in Malaysia. The implementation of this corporatization and privatization caused the distribution and collection of zakat being governed by different entities, and this situation may cause the inefficiency in zakat administration. Furthermore, findings from this study show that the administration of zakat in Malaysia faces various current issues, including inefficiency in the distribution of zakat. In this discussion also emphasized the issue of the existence of bureaucracy and the absence of standardized legislation in zakat administration. Apart from that, the zakat institution was also affected by the spread of the COVID-19 epidemic. To increase this efficiency of zakat distribution, zakat institution can take the initiative to establish a monitoring group or a special unit whose role is to monitor all zakat management and administration. In addition, zakat institutions are also proposed to make zakat deduction for Muslims to ease their burden due to the spread of COVID-19 epidemic. That's all from us. Thank you.